Good day, this is Judy, Green Pastures Farm here in central Missouri. I was going to go over one of our watering points. This is a lease farm, and so we didn't have any water on it, and the landowner has a really nice pond up here. That's the dam on it. Okay, we cut all the trees off the dam and grown up into brush, and we ran a hose up over the dam here, and it looks like this. There's your, that's a 3/4 inch polyethylene, 160 psi. Okay, you can see where it goes through the grass here. And there it is, going up on, and it goes up that dam. And we've got a stake drove out in that pond, and that pipe is out in that pond about 3 foot of water. And so we got a siphon. We got a siphon coming down here. And I built a pad here around this tank. And these are all boards that we sawed off the farm. An oak tree or something. When we did some of our silvopasture, we sawed that up. Well, it's a very slick surface when it's raining or you get snow or ice on it. So we put a cattle panel down. You can see that, a wire cattle panel. And what that does, it allows the animals to drink without slipping around up here. But we're elevated. The cattle aren't drinking from that. That's just mud. And folks, this is behind the pond. You got gravity. There's not too much you can do about your drop in elevation. We haven't had the cattle here, as you can tell. There's still ice on the top of that tank. We are here in the central part of March, and so we'll be coming back here probably around the middle of May. Of course, that won't be here, that ice, but the way it works is when the cattle drink, well, it's just like your bathroom, you know, when you flush the stool. There's a float there, and as soon as the cattle drink, that float drops down. Okay, and so we got a line going in, and in the wintertime, we can actually pull another siphon off this side of the tank, and we let it flow across over to that creek. And so there's always water coming into this tank when we're using it, and you don't have any ice on it to chop off. But this is a really neat, I mean, there's no other way to get a pad down here. I mean, you couldn't bring rock. I mean, we're way down here. There's no way to get a gravel truck down here. And so we just had all this nice oak lumber that we sawed and made a really nice water pad. Folks, when a cow drinks here at the edge, you only need about 6 foot. Don't get crazy and run it out there 10 or 12 feet. They only need about 6 foot because their head's sticking over the tank and their butt is sticking out back here. So you just envision, you know, we could have made this a circle. It's just easier to build something square for us, and so that's what we did. And it's got a little bit of elevation drop to it. It's higher on this side than it is over here, and that lets the water and the ice and the snow kind of flow off of it better. But it's worked really well, and we're pretty tickled with this. And of course the tank, that's just a galvanized tank. It's setting down on the ground level, or fairly level. And we built the pad up around it. And these are 4x8 cedar. We have 4x8 cedar underneath here. And so it's worked really well for us, and we're tickled that we were able to keep the cattle out of the mud. And that's the big one. This is Judy signing off.